Welcome back to Rental Rundown. I'm your host, Editor Alexis Brumm. As you know by now, our goal is to challenge expert rental business owners and industry leaders to answer a series of questions in only 4 minutes. In this episode, we spoke with Jim Colvin, President and CEO of Serious Labs. Over the past 5 years, Jim has taken Serious Labs from a struggling tech company to being a world leader in the field of virtual reality-based industrial training simulators. Let's get the rundown. Jim, welcome to Rental Rundown, where we get the rundown from industry leaders in just 4 minutes. Are you ready to play?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Wonderful. Then your time starts right now. So, what is VR? Starting very simple here for you.
Besides 2 letters in the alphabet, VR stands for virtual reality. And what that means is a computer-generated simulation that creates an alternate reality that can be projected through the eyes and through the senses to give the impression that you're somewhere else. Very, very powerful to activate certain parts of your brain. And the most popular way people think of it now is with the head-mounted displays. You see the big goggles, and that's typically how it's projected nowadays.
Yes, video games, right?
Very much so, yeah.
So what has Serious Labs seen in terms of VR and COVID-19?
Yeah, COVID-19, I think, really gave everybody an opportunity to step back and look at how we train, how we learn, how we engage, and not just with VR, but with other modalities of communication like what we're using right now. And I think that genie's out of the bottle forever. So certainly as it relates to VR, and what we do, it's enabled people to actually still interact inside of virtual experiences and their avatars, but without having to be close together. So it enables the distance, but still the collaboration of being close together. People have that desire to be together, and virtual reality enables that, but in a safe, COVID-friendly way.
Yes, I love that. So here's a fun one. If you could have dinner with either the Beatles, Frank Sinatra, or Neil Young, which would you choose?
Ooh, tricky question. You know, Neil Young being a Canadian.
I know.
You got to lean that way. And the Beatles, you got to like them fellas from Liverpool. But you know what? I got to think Sinatra. I mean, that guy transcended right across generations, from music to movies. He intimate with not only the starlets of the era, but presidents and the mafia. I think that would be a really interesting dinner.
That would be my answer too, so I agree with you. So Serious Labs recently piloted a MOOC operator certification program. Wow, that is a mouthful. By using a VR simulator. Why is this important?
Wow, why that's important? Well, in fact, actually, we actually have done a couple. I'll describe both. Through the Alberta Construction Training Institute in concert with the Building Trades of Alberta, which is about 60,000 tradespeople in the province of Alberta, Canada. We conducted a 3-month pilot and now are being recognized as the only built to ANSI standards virtual reality simulator that's not only enabled training, but actually certification right on the simulator rather than, in the parking lot on an actual piece of equipment. In addition to that, we actually just received recently accreditation through the International Power Access Federation to deliver their PAL Plus advanced training certification program exclusively on the simulator, which is really, really big news. Because it was a course that was very difficult to set up and administer. It required space and extra equipment and scaffolding and all kinds of apparatus. It was dangerous to perform to some extent because, you're out there in real world conditions, with newer operators. These are people that already had a PAL license. But to be able to do this on a simulator means that you can actually take people through these very complex and in some cases dangerous operations without putting them in harm's way. And it can be taken right to the job site. It can be done in the room of your house where you're sitting right now if you had one of our simulators, which I recommend you do.
That's our time.
Wow.
Okay, I got to ask you one more question. What's your favorite movie?
Wow, that's a big one because I have a lot of them, but I'm going to say The Godfather.
Oh, that's such a classic. That's a great answer. Well, that is all the time we have. So I hope you had fun today, and thank you for joining us on Rental Rundown.
I had tons of fun. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks.